Hello and welcome, awesome Aries. I'm Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com. I've got your February 2024 horoscope. Let's go to the board now, and here it is. But firstly, I like to do a little vision, have a little vision, and pick a card for you, or two cards for you actually, for the month. So I'll close my eyes now. What do I see? Oh, here's a lot of steps going downstairs. They're easy steps. They're small steps. They're only a few inches high. So you could easily go down into your body and retrieve whatever information you need to. There might be something there from the past. This is interesting because here we've got a rather wide conjunction at the start of the month between the moon and the south node that I wasn't going to talk about because it is a bit too wide. It's 9 degrees, so to say it's a conjunction is a bit tenuous, but it is opposite Jupiter here and it does form part of this T-square. So this is about your subconscious and the way that you've always done things. It's your past and your history. So there's something there deep down in your body, in your history, that is retrievable. And when you cast the light of your awareness, the awareness of your mind, onto whatever that issue is, if you start meditating, you accidentally, if you believe in accidents, so you come across that, just by looking at that, it will transform. So let's pick the card for the first half of the month. This one flew out of my hands. Well, that's pretty well what I'm saying. The light of your awareness, the sun. And that's usually, if you've followed me, you'll know often with the sun I will say it's insight and awareness. So you'll be able to make the best use of this energy, bringing your insight and awareness to a situation that happened to you a long time ago. But because it's the sun, it's very positive, it's very optimistic. It's a major arcana card. It could be a turning point in your life. So we'll come back to that because there's more I want to say about destiny in a moment, but that's in the astrology. So the second half of the month for February, what do I see for you? Oh, this time, instead of stairs, it's one of those rope ladders, and this requires a lot more effort. So you might start off pretty easily going down, and then when you come across whatever this thing is within you that you're carrying, this burden, I suspect it's a burden, then it's like you have to ascend in consciousness using a rope ladder. I don't know if you've ever done that, used a rope ladder. Oh my gosh, it is hard because it moves all over the place. It's not like climbing a regular ladder. You have to hang on and use a bit of effort in order to get up a rope ladder. The card that comes out, I think my rope ladder days are over actually. Can't imagine myself doing that again. Then I see it's like, this is particularly for Americans, especially if you have any ancestors that went west, young man, the covered wagons and all that sort of thing. That's what I'm seeing. It's about exploring new territory within yourself. But you might translate that into the physical world, so you actually go physically exploring new areas. Maybe you're thinking of relocating. I just put a question mark on that. Oh, there's a card that fell out. It's the Five of Pentacles. It's about your finances. Might be temporarily skint at the moment or scarce, and it's like holding my hand out, do I need to borrow some money? This is temporary, and I think what I'm getting with these visions about go west, young man, put all this effort in, is that it's time to explore new ways to improve your finances. You see up here there are some windows and they're all in colours, so this is saying to me that there's different ways of viewing this issue, and it could be that now is the time to think up some creative reframing of how you can turn this around. So yes, you might have some issues with money being in short supply. How can you fix this? What job can you do, or how can you bring money into your home? It's only temporary, though. That's the good thing. We do have, it's interesting because here in Taurus, in your house of finances, we have Uranus there, which has just gone direct a few days ago. I wasn't going to mention it because it's the 27th of January it went direct, and now we're talking about February. And Uranus there can bring up all sorts of surprises around your money. So it could be that you get, in February, you get an unexpected bill that you hadn't counted on, or something volatile and unexpected, like the Uranian ecliptical orbit, or elliptical orbit, I should say. It's surprising, and so you may have something out of the blue happen like that. But Jupiter's also there, and Jupiter does usually tend to make everything bigger. So if you're having an issue with money, you might find that money comes to you, but you didn't expect it, or something like that. And the next thing to note is that, I'll make this bigger so that you can see it, zoom board. So you'll see here we've got a wide T-square. And so it's not super strong because the planets are just that little bit too far apart, but there's still some effect here. And it's Pluto squares Jupiter, squaring the moon, and which is squaring Pluto. So that makes this triangular pattern here, and basically blends all the energies of your subconscious here, the moon. And the moon is very fast traveling. So this is literally only for hours, because the moon will be gone in a few hours. It's only in Libra for 2.5 to 3.5 days, and it's just got that extra little bit to go, and then it'll be into the next sign, Scorpio, and it'll be going away. So this is literally for hours on the 1st of February. It's a bit of a tense time for these hours, because Pluto within your very crowded house of hopes and dreams, but also your friends, groups and connections, is not happy with Jupiter or the moon. None of them are happy with each other, basically. No one's happy with friends, groups and connections. Also to do with an important business partnership, or an important significant other, somebody that you're very close, and it could be something related to finances here. So if your friends want to go out for lunch and then they suddenly forget their purse and they expect you to pay for them, or something like that could happen. Just be aware. Probably the 1st is not an ideal time to be dealing with friends, groups and associates. Or it might just be your hopes and dreams are not what you hoped they'd be. Things are not going well in some kind of area. Pluto is very intense. Sometimes it brings up themes of manipulation and domination. You might have someone trying to control you for a few hours, so you might decide that you're not going to put up with that rubbish or whatever. Or they're going out somewhere expensive you can't afford to go, perhaps. Something like that. Mercury goes into Aquarius up here, and again, this is all to do with your friends and groups. So a lot of these influences, Mercury on the 5th/6th if you're in Australia, the new moon on the 9th/10th, Mars on the 13th/14th, Venus on the 16th/17th. These are all in Aquarius. So this is a huge party going on. It could involve your associates or your friends or groups, or your hopes and dreams, but it means that there's a tremendous amount of planetary energy that is focused there until the 18th, when the sun moves away. But having the sun there at that time, that is really going to put a lot of focus. You'll be thinking about this because there is so much energy going on with friends. So later in the month, if you want to socialise, go out by all means. In Aquarius, it could be something to do with technology or science. It could be something to do with humanitarianism or charities. It could be also that Aquarius is quite detached, and maybe one of your friends is not really present. You might be socialising, but they're not really present. or maybe they're ignoring you or something like that. So, but it's best that we find out if there's something going on. Doesn't really indicate that as such. It's probably more to do with the money being square here to Jupiter. Or it could be belief systems. You find that you and your friend no longer are on the same page. Things that you used to believe have changed. Maybe they've changed political party or something without telling you. Or maybe so just watch for arguments on that score, because it's like you might not really be getting the full picture there. So, but there's a ton of energy going on. With Pluto, often it suggests that there's renewal or rebirth. And Pluto moves very slowly, so it's going to be in your house of friends and groups for a very long time. And it's just gone into Aquarius now. It'll be there until September. It goes back into Capricorn for, I don't know, until November, so some weeks. And then it will be moving forward again, and it will be here until March 2043. It's a very long time. So there'll be the end of associations and rebirth of new associations. Maybe the person goes away and then they come back again, or something like that is always possible. The sun goes into Pisces on the 18th, bringing a lot of insight and awareness to what's going on in your subconscious, going down deep. You start to find out things that you didn't understand or you didn't know before. You start to get messages from your subconscious. You feel more at home. You feel more comfortable meditating, or things that you didn't do before. See, Saturn's there. Saturn's probably put some sort of limitation on the messages that you're receiving. Maybe you haven't had time to focus, or you haven't been able to focus for some reason. But with Saturn there, maybe you have to make a special time and schedule it into your diary. That's the way to deal with Saturn. It's not that you don't do it, it's more that you put structure around it, because Saturn loves structure. But the sun coming in will help all of that, and you'll find that you'll start to get more awareness than ever before, and you'll feel quite comfortable with it. The true node is conjunct Chiron over here, I mentioned before, and this is only for a short time because the moon moves very fast. It's about the way that you used to be. It's your past history, and particularly to do with important or committed relationships. So it's your experience of what those relationships were like. And the moon in Libra brings a beautiful energy, and it's very polite, it's courteous, it's graceful. It's beautiful, it loves love, and you might look back and think about all the things you missed out in previous relationships. So it's a wide conjunction. It's not strong, but it is there. And that's on the 19th. Mercury goes into Pisces on the 23rd/24th. Again, here, bringing more energy to your subconscious and your spiritual life. The full moon goes into Virgo, and I think it's it's the end of the month. So it's 14 days after new moon, so it's around the 23rd, 24th, something like that. Sorry, I didn't look at the date. That wasn't very smart. But anyway, it's in your house of work, your everyday habits. And in Virgo, you might find that you suddenly feel like cleaning things up and getting more organised around your home, particularly if you work at home or your place of work. If you're in like an office or you travel to go to work, you might find that you're getting very detailed in the way that you set up, how you set up your workstation or how you actually work. It's also, Virgo is very much interested in health, and this is the house of health as well. So there could be some focus on your health and well-being. The full moon may bring something to your focus, to your attention, and you might be thinking, oh, look, I think I might get that fixed, or I might go to the doctor about that. Or maybe you just decide you haven't been eating very well because it's been Christmas and a break and all of that. You could decide in February that I'm going to watch what I eat, I'm going to cut out the sugar and the carbs, and I'm going to do some sort of detox because Virgo would love that. Virgo wants you to eat Spartan and go and walk in the forest. Yeah, so but it is a great time for getting in things in order in your habits, your routine, your work, and your health and well-being. Alrighty, so that's it. Hope you enjoyed this new, or the return of this new format now. So I do an overview video first, and then all of the star signs come after that. Have a wonderful month, awesome Aries. I'll see you all again soon. Thanks and bye for now.